Welcome to the Jim Florentine Comedy Metal Midgets podcast right here on riotcast.com. This podcast is brought to you by Audible. Go to audiblepodcast.com/JimFlow and you get a free audiobook download when you sign up. Now, Audible is basically the internet's leading provider of spoken audio entertainment. They got thousands and thousands and thousands of titles to choose from. You're in the comedy books, sports, music. They got all of that stuff. It's basically, you want a book on tape. You don't want to lug around a book, bring it on a plane. You can listen to it on your phone, your whatever device you have. It's a lot easier. I do it all the time, too, now. There's too many fucking books in my office. I just had 200 books, all these different rock books I get all the time, and I don't have the time to read them, and they take up way too much space. I just dump them all in the garage. I'm just getting them in an audio format. It's a lot easier. So, if you're into music, there's some great autobiographies out there. Comedy, of course, there's a bunch of comedians writing great books. Sports, you guys are huge sports fans out there, good autobiographies. So go to audiblepodcast.com/JimFlow. You sign up, you get a free audiobook download when you sign up right off the bat. So it helps fund the podcast. Definitely check it out. And, it's cool that we got a sponsor like that. And we're also sponsored by, look, you guys know about fantasy football. I'm not a big fan, but there's an overwhelming amount of people that like fantasy football. I can't stop it. I'm not going to try to stop it. I don't dig it. But if that makes people watch games, if that gives better ratings, if that puts more football on TV and everything else, then what am I going to do? I'm not going to stop it. But there is a company that wants to advertise on my show about fantasy football, and they're advertising a lot. And what the hell, man? Hey, if people want to play and they can win some money, why not? So fantasy football's back. Season starting September 8th is opening day. I can't wait. And DraftKings.com is celebrating with millions in cash prizes. DraftKings, it's a one-day fantasy sports. One-day games means you're never locked in for a whole season. So you don't have to play the whole season. Just play 1 week at a time. If you feel like, I'm going to try to win $1 million, all right, I'm fucking done with it. It's perfect. This is the perfect site for you, DraftKings.com. It's like a new season every time you play. Basically what you do is you pick your team in minutes, and you could instantly be getting your share of the $1 million they're awarding kickoff weekend. September 8th, kickoff weekend, $1 million. Week 1 this football season, $1 million up for grabs. DraftKings is where anyone can enter with a couple of bucks and win big cash prizes. This is a true story. Like, one guy won $100,000 his very first time. $100,000 in one day. That's pretty awesome. So play for free. That's right, free at DraftKings.com. Enter Jim, Jim, with your first pay game and get free entry into the $1 million kickoff bash. Seriously, free entry that can win you thousands just playing fantasy football. Use Jim at DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com. And yes, I know, but you're a hypocrite. I can't believe you're doing a thing for fantasy football. Hey, what am I going to do? You know what I mean? They want to advertise my podcast. I'm going to, I'll read it. People, a lot of people that listen to my fantasy football podcast, me ripping it apart, like, you know what, dude? You were right, 100% right, but it was really funny, but I still play. I know, it's dorky, but, what am I going to do? I still like doing it at the office and my friends, so, I didn't lose any listeners by people go, that's fucking bullshit, I like it, and so what if he doesn't? Like I always say, if you guys like whatever I'm bitching about, it's all good. I just don't like it. There's a lot of shit that I'm sure that I like that you guys like. Why would he like that? So that's what makes the world go around. All right? So there you go, in a fucking nutshell. And you know what? Who gives a shit? It's 2 minutes of the podcast, and now we get to the good stuff. And this is Slang Words Part 2. A couple podcasts ago, I did a podcast on awful slang words that people are using now, and I said there was so many that I have to do a two-parter. There's still so many out there. I probably in another 3 to 4 months I'll do another one. But I just picked out a few that I didn't get to on the first podcast that drive me fucking nuts. Just these people with these awful, beyond awful sayings. that they walk around and just fucking, ugh. And we'll start with, let's see what we'll start with, because I'm very disorganized. Okay. This one. Hundy. Now, if you don't know, a hundy is slang for $100 bill. But for some reason, I remember hearing that about 4 years ago for the first time. These guys were playing cards. And they're like, I'm in for a hundy. And I go, what the fuck is that? Like, you don't know? I'm like, no, it's 100. I go, why wouldn't you just say 100? Just, that's the word we use, hundy. A hundy? I don't know what a hundy is. Was that that fucking shitty Korean card, a Hyundai? I know what that is. A hundy. Yeah, I'm in for a hundy. How much did it cost you? It cost me a hundy. Who the fuck says that? You know who says it? Those fucking douchebags that play Texas Hold'em. We got a Texas Hold'em tournament. We're going to go down to Atlantic City and we're going to play Texas Hold'em. Yeah, okay, I'm in for a hundy. Yeah, I'll raise you a hundy. Will ya? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to raise me a hundy? I actually played in one, and I didn't expect to. I did one of those Ronnie's block parties for the Howard Stern show in Atlantic City, and the day before, they had like a Texas Hold'em tournament, and all the guys from the show that were on the comedy show were playing it, and they go, you might as well just play, you're here. And I'm like, I never played it before. I don't know fucking anything about it. I go, all right, fuck it, I'll just play. And I sat there, and I had a fucking miserable time. Just these douchebags. It's not fun. Everybody takes it. Cards used to be fun, where you're cracking jokes, you're making fun of each other. Everybody's in a good mood. Not this. One guy wins after fucking 17 hours. How much fun is that? I want to play cards where I win like 3 hands in a row and I go, I'm out. I'm going to fucking do some drinking, or I'm going to go buy some shit, or whatever. Or whatever it is. I don't want to play anymore. I'm done. I'm fucking bored. Not where I got to sit there the whole day, and then at the end of the day, just one guy wins. What fucking fun is that? Everybody's serious. Nobody's in a fucking good mood. Everybody's tense. I got to sit there for 9 hours. God forbid you crack a joke. They all look like you're an asshole. I got dicks at the table. I'm in for a hundy. Ugh. They're wearing sunglasses and fucking and hoodies because they don't want you to, read their face when they fucking, bet. Really? What's a hoodie gonna do? Tell me what a hoodie is gonna do that I won't be able to read. What happens if you got a fucking straight flush? Do your ears wiggle? Do you have to wear a hoodie so I don't see your fucking ears wiggle when you got a straight flush? Is that what happens? What happens when you get 4 of a kind? Does your hair stand up like a fucking like a mohawk? Does it curl up like a mohawk? Is that what happens? So you got to put a hoodie on so nobody notices that? A hoodie does nothing, asshole. Your sunglasses do nothing. I'm not reading your eyes. All I'm doing is remembering how you bet last time when you fucking bet everything and then you had nothing. You had ace high. And I remember that this guy could be bluffing. I don't give a shit what's on your face. I'm not looking you in the eye. I'll bet a hundy. I'm in for a hundy. Fuck you and your Texas Hold'em. Yeah, honey, I'm gonna go to Atlantic City and I'm in a Texas Hold'em tournament. I'll see you in 2 days. I hope when you're betting a hundy and you got your sunglasses on, your hoodie, and you're fucking miserable and no one's fun at the table. I hope when that's all going down, when you go, I'm in for another hundy, I hope your wife's at home sucking off the neighbor. That's what I hope's happening. Where you're going to I'm in for another hundy. Fuck you and your hundies. That word stinks. Could be the worst word I've ever heard. Cost me a hundy for this. Did it really? Yeah. What about a vajayjay? Girls that call their vagina a vajayjay. Oprah was the one who brought this out in the mainstream. She said it on her show one time, like fucking 6 years ago. Oh my God, is vajayjay a good word? Because vagina sounds dirty. So all these fucking goofy soccer moms, fat soccer moms that watches Oprah, Go, well, you, my vajayjay. That's a good word because it doesn't sound that dirty. A vajayjay. Let me tell you something. Any girls out there that call their snatch a vajayjay, no one wants to eat, let alone fuck your vajayjay. Like I said in a podcast a couple of weeks ago, if Scarlett Johansson said, "Oh, Jim, I want you to eat my vajayjay," I would walk away. I know people call me out on that. That's bullshit. You wouldn't do it. Yes. I forget what the other word was. Yeah, lick my vagina because it's delish. I would walk away. That's what I said a couple weeks ago. Well, this one, if she said, "Hey, you want to taste my vajayjay?" I would go, "No," and I would leave. Yes, I would. I know you're all guys like, bullshit. I would. That's how much I fucking hate vajayjay. Yeah, I'm going to go to the gynecologist. He's going to check out my vajayjay. Really? Is that what he's going to do? I hope he leaves one of his utensils in your vajayjay. That's what I hope happens. That fucking stinks too. By the way, did you know this podcast is sponsored by butterflyradio.com? Go to butterflyradio.com if you got an iPhone. It's a free app. It's basically like a radio station. You can leave me messages on there. You can leave a message up to like 5 minutes. I answer all the messages. Ideas for podcast questions. You want to rant about something, some really good rants on there. I'm going to start playing them on the podcast the next few weeks. So if you got a good rant, go off. But you have to have an iPhone. That's the only way you can get this. Butterflyradio.com. They've been a sponsor for a while, so please support. It's a cool thing. So go there, and it's free. You're free to download the app and just fucking, you're driving around one day and you're pissed off about something, just go to the app, fucking get on there. Hey, Jim, you know what I fucking can't stand? And just scream. I like that. I like listening to that. It makes me fucking happy that I'm not just the only angry asshole out there. So butterflyradio.com. And also, if you have need some earbuds, new earbuds, tweakedaudio.com. They've been a sponsor for a while. Tweaked Audio is great, man. You get 33% off your order. It's free shipping and a limited lifetime warranty. So if you need any earbuds, they'll ship them out to you for free. They're cheap. They're great earbuds. I'm using them right now. They got 6 or 7 different kinds, colors, all that stuff. And 33% off. Just put the promo code midgets in when you order, and you will get the free shipping, 33% off, and all that other shit. And limited lifetime warranty. Tweakedaudio.com. Not that if your earbuds, crapped out after 6 months, you go, I want my money back. I mean, that's kind of lame, but you could do that if you wanted to. So that helps too, tweakedaudio.com. And any comedy dates, check out jimflorentine.com. I just booked Kansas City. I'll be there September 11th through 14th. Also Dallas, I'll be in September. I'm doing a Cabo Comedy Festival in Mexico in October, Minnesota in October. And then, I don't know what else. But it's at jimflorentine.com on my tour dates. And also August 23rd, 24th, I'll be at Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Perfect. All right, let's get back to the fucking rage. I don't like interrupting the podcast, but what am I going to do? I'm also on Ozzy's Boneyard on Sirius XM. If you have if you have satellite radio, I do a show every Thursday from 5 to 7. I play metal and I talk shit. Let's get back to the words. I remember I was on a date one time, and we were going to a restaurant, and there was a couple of us up at the host desk or whatever, and just talking to the girl. I go, hey, we wanted to get a table, and she's like, all right, let me see. It was like 6 o'clock. It was kind of busy. She's like, do you have reservations? And the girl, in the couple in front of us, she goes, no, we didn't make any resis. Is that a problem? And then the girl goes, no, usually it is, but tonight we're pretty slow, so you don't have to always make resis, but it's suggested. And the girl's like, I know, I'm usually do it, I'm always on top of it. Right, honey? Don't I always make resis? And I was on like a date. It was like a 4th or 5th date. I'm like, they walked away. All right, let me seat you. And they walked away. I go, what is that? What is resis? She's like, that's short for reservations. You never heard that? I go, nope. She goes, you've never heard that? I go, where would I have heard that? Where? Where would I have heard fucking people say resis? Did you make us resis? Who would say that? After she said that, I'm like, you know what? Let's get out of here. I don't want to eat here. She's like, why? I go, I'm just fucking annoyed. She goes, yeah, but it was the couple that said. I go, yeah, but the hostess was saying Rezzies too, and that fucking annoyed the shit out of me. She's like, you're joking, right? I go, no, I don't want to eat here. I'm aggravated. And she wouldn't let me bang her that night. I cock-blocked myself, but you know what? It was worth it. It was worth it. Without a doubt, it was worth it that I'd have to hang around people that say Rezzies. As soon as I hear Rezzies, you're not getting my fucking business. You're not. I get Rezzies. I'd rather eat home. Seriously, let's go to Taco Bell. Even though I'm going to be shitting for the next 3 days, instead of eating at this restaurant that I know that I like, as soon as I hear Rezzies, we're out of here. I'll eat at Taco Bell. I'll fucking shit for 3 days. I don't care. My ass will be on fire. Okay, just because I ate that crap food, I don't care. I'll eat there. Because you know what? At Taco Bell, you don't have to make Rezzies. Can I make some Rezzies to eat you for JJ? Oh, it's going to cost me? How about if I give you $100? How about if I give you $100 to eat you for JJ, and I'll make Rezzies? Yuck. Yuck. How about the word manscape? I fucking hate that. Do you manscape? Yeah, of course I do. I gotta. Really? He needs to manscape. You know what? It's bad enough when a girl says it. You know, yeah, it's, my guy, he manscapes. That's really corny. But when a guy does, and I've heard guys say it, yeah, I gotta manscape. You don't manscape? Come on. You gotta. Manscape? I got to do a little manscape, and I got a date tonight. Whatever happened? Hey, do you trim your pubes? Yeah, really? How much? All the way down? Really? I only trim. I don't trim them. Oh, yeah, you gotta. Nah, fuck it, man. I don't give a shit. It's a jungle. Really? I'd like to trim my pubes. What happened to that? That's fucking funny. Pubes is a funny word. Do you trim your pubes? What would you rather hear? Hey, do you manscape or, dude, you trim your pubes or what? That's fucking hilarious, pubes. Always a funny word, always appropriate. Hey, do you manscape? You know what? When you manscape it, I hope you cut like 3/4 of your dick off. That's what I hope. Just a nice slice in it. And it's fucking hanging. And you're going to get stitches and surgery, and they got to fucking, you cut some veins and some nerves and tendons, and you don't know if it's going to work anymore. What happened? Oh, I was manscaping. Good. You deserve it. You deserve never to fucking feel your rod again. And girls, if your man uses that word, yeah, I was just, honey, sorry, I was in the bathroom manscaping. Don't blow him. Don't. And tell him Jim Florentine said don't blow you because you used that word. And I'll take the fucking brunt of it. That guy can write me letters. He can come to my comedy shows. Dude, my fucking wife won't blow me anymore because you said, you hate that word manscape and I used it around. Yeah, well, you deserve it. You deserve it. You say manscape, you don't deserve to get blown. You don't deserve it. I was just trying to be funny. Really? Where's the fucking joke? Really? Maybe I was laughing my ass off and I was rolling on the floor laughing. LMAOROFL. Yuck. Yuck with that too. All right? Let's fucking break it down. We're not laughing that much. Okay? This country's been in the shitter for the last 8 years. We're in the worst recession since the Great Depression. Fucking, 9% unemployment, which is really like 17% for the people that don't collect anymore or can't collect. All right? We got fucking 2 wars basically still going on. There's a lot of shit in this country. They're spying on us, the government. A lot of crap going down. Everybody's broke. The economy still fucking sucks. Everybody's miserable. All right? We're not laughing our asses off. We're not rolling on the floor laughing. We're really not. This isn't the time. Maybe in a couple years it will be. Gas is almost $4 a gallon. Fucking plane flights are $500. You can't bring fucking bags on. All this shit. TSA fucking basically strip searches you and grabs your fucking genitals and sexually assaults you. All right? No, we're not fucking happy. There's long lines everywhere. We're a cranky society. Things are not that good. The only thing that we have is family right now. Other than that, a lot of people are fucking sucking wind out there. All right, so we're not laughing our asses off. We're not rolling on the floor laughing. Stop with that. I'm laughing my ass off. No, you're not. Because your ass is still there and it's still really big. I wish maybe you would laugh your ass off so I could take you out in public. I'm embarrassed at how big your ass got. That's why we don't go anywhere, or we only go places at night where no one knows us. So please, laugh your ass off. Then maybe you could fit in your jeans. I was rolling on the floor laughing. Really? You were rolling on the floor laughing? I don't think you were. I really don't think. You guys live your lives. You're out and about. You ever see a guy in a supermarket? He's rolling on the floor. You run up to him. Dude, you having a seizure? What's going on? No, look at this text. Never happened. Never will. Nobody's rolling on the floor laughing. Very, very rare. Maybe once or twice in your lifetime if you're fucking completely stoned, smoke some great weed, and you're laughing about some fucking nonsense that doesn't mean anything. That's the only time you might have ever rolled on the floor laughing. All right? No one's ever done it sober. Always under the influence, and maybe once or maybe twice. I'll give you twice in your life. Not when I just go, yeah, I saw my neighbor, and I saw him picking his nose at the traffic light. You send that text, and you get LMAO, ROFL. You're not. You're not fucking rolling on the floor. You weren't. That's not that funny. It really isn't. Really? You heard somebody was picking their nose, you read a text, and you started rolling on the floor? You fucking liar. That's a LMAO. ROFL. It's too funny. Tell us how you really feel. I did that at a party one night about the LMAO, whatever the fuck, ROFL, and this guy's like, and I just went off on it like that, and the guy's like, tell me how you really feel. Stop with that. Tell us how you really feel. So someone's passionate about something, right? Then knows something about it, and they go, tell us how you really feel. And then I go, I just told you. What do you mean? No, I know. I go, no, you just said that was just a joke. I go, really? Where's the joke? Where the fuck is the joke? If I was a Harvard graduate, I wouldn't be able to figure out where the joke is there. Because you said, tell us how you really feel. Because you have no passion. You have nothing. You're not passionate about anything. You don't bitch about anything or complain or get happy or sad about anything. So you have to go, tell us how you really feel. Really? Okay, I just told you. I just told you how I really feel. Now what? Now what do you want to do? You want to LMAO? ROFL? Is that what you want to do? Ugh. Just fucking stinks. What is going on? Everybody's so fucking corny. God. There's another one out there, I hate when people use that word, ginormous. Ugh. Ginormous, because it's enormous, but it's also gigantic. So it's both of them. So we call it ginormous. I didn't hear that till up to like 2-3 years ago. I mean, I don't know how long people have been using it. Yeah, the thing was ginormous. The roller coaster was ginormous. Really? So why would you put? It's not a G in front of enormous. I don't understand. Why would you say what is ginormous? Nah, because it's like it's enormous and gigantic. So you say ginormous. I go, why don't you just say one word? Enormous and gigantic pretty much mean the same thing if you think about it, right? Why don't you just say one word? Why would you say, oh man, it was gigantic and enormous? That would sound fucking stupid. You're like, oh well, you could have cut one of those words. Think about it. Like if some guy tells me, man, I just went to this fucking, Six Flags and the roller coaster was ginormous. What do you mean? What was it enormous? Yeah, it was really enormous. It really was. And then I go there the next day with him. I go and I look at the roller coaster. I go, dude, that roller coaster is not enormous. It's gigantic. Why would you say it's enormous? And the guy would look at me and goes, well, I mean, that's pretty much the same word. Enormous and gigantic. I go, exactly. So why would you say ginormous, you fuck? It's the same thing. This thing was ginormous. Fucking nerd. Nerd. That's who uses that. I saw the action, the superhero movie. I couldn't believe he was giant. They made him ginormous. Yick. How about this one? A baby moon. Everybody knows what a honeymoon is. After you get married, you go away, you want to relax. Your honeymoon, it's supposed to be romantic. But a baby moon is you're pregnant, your wife's pregnant, and before the baby is due and is born, you go on a honeymoon, but you call it a baby moon. You get it? You get it, see? You get it because it's a baby moon? Why don't you just say we're going to get away for a few days? Because once the baby comes, it's going to get crazy. Yeah, we're going to go on a baby moon because it's going, like I said, it's going to get crazy once the baby's born. Really? Since when? Since when has your life turned upside down when a baby's born? I never heard of that. No one knows that. Really? Where did you hear that? I never heard that. What kind of baby are you having, you fuck? Yeah, we're gonna go on a baby moon. Just because once the baby's born, we're not gonna really get a lot of time for anything. So we just want to get away now and spend some time together. Really? That sounds like a fun trip, a baby moon. What are you gonna do on there? Imagine if a couple came up to you and goes, yeah, we're next month we're going to have a baby moon. We're going on a baby moon. I would just delete their fucking contact from my phone. Even if I was friends with them since first grade. I'm not talking to them anymore. I don't give a shit. How could that be fun? Imagine that, right? Your fucking cornball couple comes home. How was your baby moon? And the girl's like, yeah, it wasn't fun for me. How come? I don't know, because I'm 7 months pregnant. I had a fly with fucking fat water fucking ankles. My back hurt. I felt like shit. And even if I was in another country, all of a sudden you're in another. If you go to Cancun and you're 7 months pregnant, you all of a sudden can't drink. You still have a belly. You can't drink. Every fucking part of your body still aches. Your fucking back hurts. You're annoyed at your husband. You waddle down the street. You got a big ass. You put 45 pounds on. You're not going to want to walk around in a nice bathing suit because you fucking feel fat. You look fat. Your husband doesn't want to fuck you. You don't want to fuck him because you're disgusted. He's having he had a good time. He was allowed to drink. Yeah, no shit. Didn't you know that going in? That when you went on your fucking baby moon that you weren't going to be allowed to drink? Did you think all of a sudden the rules were going to change? Or what, if I go on a, did the doctor tell you, if you go on a baby moon, you can have a bottle of wine every night? No, he didn't say that, you fucking dummy. So why did you think you were going to have a good time sitting on a fucking plane in a small seat crunched? You had a connecting flight, you had a 3-hour layover, and that was delayed. You finally get in, you got to go through customs, you're fucking cranky, you're sweaty, you don't have any makeup on, you can't fucking dye your hair because you can't do that while you're pregnant, you feel like shit, you look like shit, you got to take a shit, but you didn't want to take it on the plane because you couldn't fit in the fucking bathroom because you're too fucking fat. What'd you think you were going to do on your baby moon? You think you were going to go snorkeling? Did you go snorkeling on your baby moon? No, I could. I'm 7 months pregnant. Oh, okay. So did you go fucking kayaking? No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't get in a boat. My feet were swollen. Oh, really? You didn't do that either. Did you go jet skiing? I couldn't go on a jet ski 7 months pregnant. Really? Did you surf? No, I couldn't get on a surfboard. Are you kidding me? Did you kayak? Did you hike? I couldn't do any of that. I just basically stayed in a hotel because I was so hot. I couldn't believe how hot it was in Mexico. Yeah, really? You didn't know? I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know that either. I didn't know Mexico was known for being hot. You went to fucking Mexico in August, you asshole. 7 months pregnant, 85 pounds overweight, couldn't do anything, couldn't drink, couldn't do any activities, and you're wondering why you came home and go, he had a good time. I couldn't do much. You fucking dunce. You and your baby moon. I hope you should have had a fucking miscarriage on the plane. That's it, I'm done. You end the podcast on that. I don't really mean that, but I said it anyway. I don't wish a miscarriage on anybody. But that deserves it for being that fucking stupid to go on a baby moon and coming home. It wasn't fun. No shit. No shit, fatty. No shit, tubby. All right. We always end the podcast on a prank call. Thank you for letting me get that off my chest. It felt a lot better. It really did. I ran out of prank calls. I got 5 CDs at Terrorizing Telemarketers. I got Crank Anchor CDs. I have no more calls left. I don't want to repeat them anymore. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start playing a song at the end of my podcast. Maybe like a newer band, maybe that people haven't heard of. And, if you want to listen to it, you can. If you don't, you don't. But you might be able to discover a new band. Go, man, I fucking like these guys. I'm going to check them out. Because, radio's not playing new bands anymore. You can't find this shit. There's no record stores. So what the hell? So this is a band, if you like Zeppelin, like from the 70s, a band called Scorpion Child out of Austin, Texas. And this is a song called King's Highway. Their album just came out like 2 months ago. They got one album out. They're really fucking cool. I just saw them recently live at that Mayhem tour with Rob Zombie headlining. So this is a band called Scorpion Child, King's Highway. Check it out. Thanks. We will see you next week. And I hope no one really does have a miscarriage. But fuck the baby moons. It's going to be fun. No, it's not. It's going to stink. It's going to stink. You flew to another country to fuck your fat wife from behind because you can't get on top of her. That's not fun in any country, in any way. And she's fucking cranky, and she's miserable, and you're worried you're going to hit the baby's head with your fucking small dick. You're not coming close. Stop with that. You might blow a load on him, because you might as well come inside of her, but you're not coming near his head. You're a white Irish guy. You're barely packing 5. There's no shot. Even if the baby was coming out in the delivery room and he was crowning, you still wouldn't hit his head. So don't worry about it. Fuck your fat wife on your dumb baby moon. Now here's some Scorpion Child, King's Highway. You guys know you guys are huge sports fans out there, good autobiographies. So go to audiblepodcast.com/JimFlow. You sign up, you get a free audiobook download when you sign up right off the bat. So it helps fund the podcast. Definitely check it out. And, it's cool that we got a sponsor like that. And we're also sponsored by, look, you guys know about fantasy football. I'm not a big fan, but there's an overwhelming amount of people that like fantasy football. I can't stop it. I'm not going to try to stop it. I don't dig it, but if that makes people watch games, if that gives better ratings, if that puts more football on TV and everything else, then what am I going to do? I'm not going to stop it. But there is a company that wants to advertise on my show about fantasy football, and they're advertising a lot. And what the hell, man? Hey, if people want to play and they can win some money, why not? So fantasy football's back. Season starting, September 8th is opening day. I can't wait. And DraftKings.com is celebrating with millions in cash prizes. Welcome to the Jim Florentine Comedy Metal Midgets podcast right here on riotcast.com. This podcast is brought to you by Audible. Go to audiblepodcast.com/JimFlow and you get a free audiobook download when you sign up. Now, Audible is basically the internet's leading provider of spoken audio entertainment. They got thousands and thousands and thousands of titles to choose from. You're into comedy books, sports, music. They got all of that stuff. It's basically, you want a book on tape. You don't want to lug around a book, bring it on a plane. You can listen to it on your phone, your whatever device you have. It's a lot easier. I do it all the time, too, now. There's too many fucking books in my office. I just had 200 books, all these different rock books I get all the time, and I don't have the time to read them, and they take up way too much space. I just dump them all in the garage. I'm just getting them in an audio format. It's a lot easier. So, if you're into music, there's some great autobiographies out there. Comedy, of course, there's a bunch of comedians writing great books. Sports of harder. There's still so many out there. I probably in another 3 to 4 months, I'll do another one. But I just picked out a few that I didn't get to on the first podcast that drive me fucking nuts. Just these people with these awful, awful, beyond awful sayings that they walk around and just fucking, ugh. And we'll start with, let's see what we'll start with, because I'm very disorganized. Okay. This one. Hundy. Now, if you don't know, a hundy is slang for $100 bill. But for some reason, I remember hearing that about 4 years ago for the first time. These guys were playing cards. And they're like, I'm in for a hundy. And I go, what the fuck is that? Like, you don't know? I'm like, no, it's 100. I go, why wouldn't you just say 100? Just, that's the word we use, hundy. A hundy? I don't know what DraftKings. It's a one-day fantasy sports. One-day games means you're never locked in for a whole season. So you don't have to play the whole season. Just play 1 week at a time. If you feel like, I'm going to try to win $1 million, all right, I'm fucking done with it. It's perfect. This is the perfect site for you at DraftKings.com. It's like a new season every time you play. Basically what you do is you pick your team in minutes and you could instantly be getting your share of the $1 million they're awarding kickoff weekend. September 8th, kickoff weekend, $1 million. Week 1 this football season, $1 million up for grabs. DraftKings is where anyone can enter with a couple of bucks and win big cash prizes. This is a true story. One guy won $100,000 his very first time. $100,000 in one day. That's pretty awesome. So play for free. That's right, free at DraftKings.com. Enter Jim, Jim, with your first pay game and get free entry into the $1 million kickoff bash. Seriously. Free entry that can win you thousands just playing fantasy football. Use Jim at DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com. And yes, I know, you're a hypocrite. I can't believe you're doing a thing for fantasy football. Hey, what am I going to do? You know what I mean? They want to advertise my podcast. I'm going to, I'll read it. People, a lot of people that listen to my fantasy football podcast, me ripping it apart, you know what, dude? You were right, 100% right, but it was really funny, but I still play. I know, it's dorky, but, what am I going to do? I still like doing it at the office and my friends, so, I didn't lose any listeners by people go, that's fucking bullshit, I like it, and so what if he doesn't? Like I always say, if you guys like whatever I'm bitching about, it's all good. I just don't like it. There's a lot of shit that I'm sure that I like that you guys like. Why would he like that? So that's what makes the world go around. All right? So there you go, in a fucking nutshell. And you know what? Who gives a shit? It's 2 minutes of the podcast, and now we get to the good stuff. And this is Slang Words Part 2. A couple podcasts ago, I did a podcast on awful slang words that people are using now, and I said there was so many that I have to do a two-part.